Hello friends, a lot of you are not going to be able to go to a gym for the foreseeable future. So here are 10 exercises you can do at home with nothing more than the stuff you've been stocking up on for the past couple of days. Hand release push-ups are amazing in their own right, but if you hold on to something small like a couple jars of marinara sauce, not only do you increase your range of motion, but that little bit of weight is a very big challenge on the rear delts, the lower traps, and the rhomboids. Make sure that you don't slide the weight along the floor, but you actually pick it up and hold it above the floor as you extend outwards. This 8-pound bag of rice was the perfect implement for these hamstring curls. Now, if you haven't done these before, they're actually very challenging. You're going to squeeze that bag between your ankles, point your toes, and flex your knees until your shins are perpendicular to the floor. Keep your butt squeezed and keep the movement very controlled. Here's another movement where that 8-pound bag of rice is a lot more difficult than it looks. Squeeze it between your ankles and perform leg lifts, making sure that your lower back is firm against the floor at all times and your abs are flexed and hardened like you're about to get punched. Dead bugs are already one of the more deceptively challenging ab movements, but if you hold something light in your hands, like say 3 liters of red wine in a box, it is even more difficult. Reach overhead, keep your lower back pushed firmly into the floor, and make sure the movement is nice and controlled. Students of kettlebell training will remember doing this drill with a shoe, but honestly, a roll of toilet paper is even more challenging because it's lighter and harder to balance. This movement is not about going heavy, it's about making your movements very precise, controlled, and stabilized. I tried to do this with 2 rolls stacked on top of each other and I failed miserably. So if you manage to get it, record that please and tag me in the video. Filling a backpack with canned goods can actually yield you a pretty decent weight. This was 30 pounds. If you put it on backwards, it is the perfect anterior load for some squats. It actually feels a lot like a double kettlebell rack position, except your arms don't get tired. You can do squats and even reverse lunges. If you put that weighted backpack on normally and cinch the straps nice and tight, you have the perfect load for weighted push-ups. You can even grab it by the top loop and do some single arm swings. The physics on this are very different from a kettlebell, so even though it's still working your glutes and hamstrings and abs and your cardiovascular system, it's actually pretty unstable and it's more challenging in a really refreshing and cool way. If you lengthen the straps as far as they'll go, you wind up with the perfect grip for some hammer curls and even a kind of modified upright row movement, which is great because it hits the side and rear delts, as well as the traps and other upper back muscles, which can be hard to hit when you're just doing body weight movements. All right, try those out and let me know what you think, and let me know if there's any other videos you want to see while I'm cooped up at home. And together, we can make this quarantine a little less boring-tine.